is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour. That's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Over 2,000 Toyotas are in stock and on their way to Toyota of Hollywood. Get our lowest price on every Toyota, including Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Tacoma, and RAV4. Like a 2024 Corolla LE, $19,975. Need credit? If you earn at least $500 a week, we want to say you're approved at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place to get our biggest discount on a 2024 Acura. Take up to $10,000 off. $10,000 off at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 Acura dealer in the USA.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RM Contractors.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
I'd rather take my chances on Isaiah at 5-something because it's a high percentage pass, and he already has chemistry with Lamar. And you've got to worry so much about Mark Andrews. Yeah, I would take the likely one for the hell of it, just for fun. Not put a lot of cash on it, but that's one that could end up paying off. I am not a gambling expert. Just so you'll know, not a financial expert, not a gambling expert. I would likely bet on Isaiah a little money because the odds are so freaking awesome.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Yeah, baby. Ready to rock and roll. How y'all feeling? Why am I so orange? I see myself orange over there. I am so orange. Do you see me orange? I see me orange.
You are orange.
Man.
Is this a tribute to somebody? Are you trying to be a tribute here?
Yeah, it's a Trump tribute. I'm going orange. Wait a minute. I was given one of these things. You know, we got props, all kinds of props. Yeah. Oh, a buddy of mine knows that I'm going to redo my whole back, and a lot of the stuff that you guys have given me are going to be on display. He sent me a Trump thing to screw around. So anyway, I'm probably going to put it back there just to F around, just to have a little fun with it. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with the lighting or something or what. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I don't know what it is. I didn't use his makeup or anything. I don't know what's going on, man.
I have no idea. That's crazy. Because the back doesn't look as orange as you look.
No, I have no idea what's going on. Maybe, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what the difference in the lighting is. I really have no idea what it is. I didn't change a damn thing. But anyway. All right. But now, is the video better? Does it sound good? Because it's all hardline now and all that kind of crap.
You look a lot better. It started, it looked a little grainy when it first started, but it's looking clear right now.
Okay. All right. I'm just looking very Trumpish. So I can't do anything about that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. But welcome aboard. Good morning. Hey, how many of you got some free Bitcoin last night? Anybody got free? I got free Bitcoin last night. I don't know about you. It was an unlikely way of getting free Bitcoin. But hey, Isaiah, I want to thank you, my brother. I don't know. Seriously, how many of you bet Isaiah likely plus 525 last night after I said it? How many of you really bet on that last night and took it? Did you do it, Sean? Be honest now. No. You did? You're a liar. You did? For real? You're awesome.
I did, and I actually put a parlay with Derrick Henry scoring the first touchdown. So I did good. I did good.
So you killed it.
Yes.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Damn. Now, by the way, is it not fresh? Does it look fresh on camera? The hat?
Yeah, actually, the hat has the whiteness to it more than you do.
Oh, yeah, it is kind of white. Yeah. Yeah, man.
No, but I mean, the orange, the tint is not, it's only on you for some reason. I don't know where or what it's coming from. It's just crazy. Everything else looks normal.
Maybe it's because of the way, maybe the hat does it. I don't know. I don't know either way, but it's a fresh hat. So I figured, the season's almost wrapping up. I'm wearing this Van Morrison shirt. And I go, man, like what goes with it? And I go, oh, my Marlins hat, even though the bastards, I don't even watch them anymore. But, I had to get this hat. It's just a fresh ass hat. I really like it a lot. So I had to get it. But anyway, Isaiah Likely, thank you, sir, for the free Bitcoin. Because I made a bet, and when I won last night and they get me my money, I went and bought Bitcoin. So that's all I did. With the profits, I bought Bitcoin. That's all I did. Oh, man. And now there's a couple I like. There's some stuff I like tonight and over the weekend and also in the Dolphins game. I'm going to give you a couple that I like there too. So we'll talk. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a betting expert. Anything that has to do with money, I'm not an expert on it, okay? I'm just opining. That's it. I'm just telling you what I would do. You do whatever you want to do. But those of us that went with Isaiah Likely last night, you got yourself. So that was fun last night. That was a lot of fun last night. That was a lot of fun. And then watching the game, it's the same old same. By the way, what is wrong with Chris Collinsworth? I get it. See, when you work for corporations and all that kind of stuff, you got to build it up. Well, they've given the offense to Lamar Jackson, and you can see he's so comfortable in the offense. He's running this. It's the same freaking offense. It's a run-based offense with a little gimmicky passing game, and it is what it is, dude. I mean, nothing's changed. I have realized something, that Lamar Jackson, Bam Adebayo, Tim Tebow, sometimes the likability of a human being clouds people's judgment. And Lamar Jackson is beyond likable. He's lovable. He's so rootable. You know what I mean? Like, it's impossible to root against Lamar Jackson. But people can't compartmentalize all that stuff. And because you're dying for Tim Tebow to become that guy, but he can't. It's just not. Bam Adebayo, God, perfect human being. Perfect. But you want him to be that number one. Never will be that. And people have a hard time separating their emotions from the reality. And and the part that's really like, it goes beyond understanding for me. Let's put it that way. Beyond understanding. Lamar Jackson is constantly put in a position where he has to pass out of a situation. And in these kind of moments, and he fails. Brother, I don't know how many times out of those situations he fails. It's constant. Even the completions had to be magnificent catches because they cannot be accurate. He can never really lead receivers perfectly. He can never put it in the right spot. And when it's completed, sure, it's completed, but it's, the guy's running this way and it's like this, or he's running this way and he's got to do this and catch it, or he's got to jump through the air and go, and it's a completion. But it's like, do you understand the position? You know what I mean? He can never excel at accuracy. And I get it, dude. He's a phenomenal human being. He's so likable. Separate one from the other, please. He's not a passer. He never has been a passer. I was having fun with one of our guys on Twitter, who I love to death, but I called him a complete phony because he bitches all the time about Tua. right? Tua won a national championship, bro. Tua's with less has won more than that guy. And yet this guy's been going to the playoffs for 6 years, 7 years, and he shits the bed every single time. Every single time. If it was Tua, they would kill him. The guy's been to the playoffs one time last year with a broken down ass team against the best team in the NFL on the road in a frozen tundra. I mean, it's the double standard's amazing, dude. Because Tua gets none of those breaks. None whatsoever. If he would have failed as many times as Lamar has failed in the playoffs, you guys would have annihilated Tua already. In fact, Tua cannot fail as many times as Lamar has failed in these kind of moments throughout his career already to this point. If he does that, there's no way he'll survive. He will not stay on this team that long, failing that long. You guys would annihilate him. And I mean, whatever. It's funny because this is a broken record every year. Every year I got to deal with the people that still believe in Lamar, and and we're like in year 7 or 8 or something. What year is Lamar in right now? What year is this? Let me see. Lamar Jackson. What year is this already for him? Stats. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 7th season. And it's like it's obvious. If they dominate with the running game, you're going to have a long day. If you force him to play catch up or have to play, back and forth with his arm and accuracy, you'll win every time almost. As long as he can dink and dunk in front of him and they make the plays for him, fine. But if you're going to force him to throw downfield and be accurate, it's rare. He'll have it. He'll have 2 or 3 games this year where you'll have the people that are dying to have him break through, and he can't do it. He won't do it. That's not who he is. We're 7 years in, bro. And he still sprays balls all over the place for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's over and over and over and over and over and over again. This has been going on forever. And I'll keep repeating it over and over again. Bill Polian, my brother, you got it wrong. He's a running back, not a receiver playing quarterback. That's where you had it wrong. They all went after Bill. Oh, my God, you insulted him by calling him a receiver. No, he's a running back playing quarterback. That's what you had to call him. And 7 years in, he's a running back playing quarterback. He doesn't have the quarterback feel for his arm. He can't do it. Doesn't have touch. Doesn't have ball accuracy. Does not have anticipatory skills at all. Never will have it. You don't get it anymore. You either have that in high school or in college. You don't even develop that in the NFL. And you certainly don't develop it 7 years in. You know what I'm saying? This is who he is. God bless John Harbaugh because he dedicates himself to that offense. The front office, everybody, they build it as much as possible. They went and got Derrick Henry. But, bro, if Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson aren't running each 100 yards on you, there's a good chance you can beat the Ravens. There's a great chance you can beat the Ravens because it's only going to happen a couple of times a year where he'll come in hot and he'll hit a few because he's an athlete. As I've explained over and 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 over. You grew up in every park in the country like I did, right? Every park. We all grew up some park, 2 parks, 3 parks right around our neighborhood. Okay? You went to go play pickup football. This is the perfect analogy. Perfect one. It's a 3-on-3, a 4-on-4, a 5-on-5, a 6-on-6. That's pretty big, or 7-on-7. Rarely did you have two people that could actually pass. Everybody wanted to be on the team with the guy that can actually really throw the ball. The other guy was an athlete that you were hoping that day he was kind of hot. That's Lamar Jackson. That's Cam Newton. That's Josh Allen. That's Ryan Tannehill. That's Michael Vick. That's this hasn't changed, dude. This hasn't changed since I was a child. If you can't make a living from the pocket, you're not a real quarterback. If you have to run to be an effective quarterback, then you're an athlete playing quarterback. I don't know how many times I have to say this. Pat Mahomes can run if he has to run. But if he can live in the pocket, he'll live in the pocket every week, and he doesn't have to run. And again, let's go over it. Running quarterbacks. I'm sorry. Hey, Sean, do me a favor. Quickly go through your computer there. Running quarterbacks. You know, you've got some age on you. How many championships do they have? Please, after you count it up, please tell me. Because I know it's going to take you really long to compute this. How many championships do running quarterbacks have? Yeah, there you go. The big ow! The big ow! That's your answer. The big ow! Game's been around forever. The big ow! You know what? Listen, it'll change. Don't worry. Eventually, the league will have 30 running quarterbacks and 2 pocket passers. And then the odds will be that running, and then you can come back at me when I'm like 68 years old or 75. Hey-oh, you were wrong about those running quarterbacks. You see, they're winning the championship. Yeah, you see, that's the only thing that's in the league now. It's, it's whatever. Eric, dude, you think like a really old football fan. I don't know. You tell me, bro. Where's the running quarterbacks? Where are they? I get it, dude. Eventually, when you have 30 of them in the league, then they'll start winning titles because somebody's got to win them. You know what I'm saying? It's, same shit over and over, over and over. Nothing has changed in this league. The guys that live in the pocket are the ones that win the championships. The guys that have to run to be a good quarterback, those guys don't win shit. They don't win shit. They never win shit. But don't worry, they will. We'll have the turnover eventually. We'll continue, and eventually we'll develop a guy that's a runner and accurate in there. It'll happen. Kids, it'll happen. Nobody thought that Steph Curry could exist. And all of a sudden, you're shooting threes from like 37 feet, and it's like nothing. And now, there's a whole bunch of them now shooting. We never thought we'd see a Caitlin Clark shooting from 37. Logo shots. That's her thing, right? That's her logo shots. We never saw that. So eventually, we will get to the point that we'll have the mobile quarterback that is accurate. And then that'll be the scariest mofo that there is on the planet. But so far, we haven't created that guy yet. There's a mother somewhere that's going to pump one out. It'll happen one day. But it just hasn't happened yet. That's all. It doesn't exist. All the running quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Michael Vick, Jalen Hurts, they all have accuracy issues. Every single one of them has accuracy issues. Go watch Shedeur Sanders. No accuracy issues, huh? Why? I wonder why Shedeur Sanders doesn't have any accuracy issues. Oh, that's right, because he's not a running quarterback. He's a pocket passer. See what I'm saying? You know, it's learn the game. Watch it. It's happening right in front of you. You could be a fan all you want, and you can be blinded by it and not, you know, but running quarterbacks don't win shit. They don't win shit. They put up a lot of points. They put up a lot of yards, a lot of stats. But the trophy case, what's in the trophy case? Nothing. So let's wait till you develop a guy that can actually run, that is a super threat to run, and when he feels like it, he says, "Yeah, today I'm not running. Today I'm just going to sit here and pop, 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 pop. And you know what? I'm going to do it again next week. Pop, 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 pop. And then next week I'm going to do it again. Pop, 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 pop. And you know, this week I feel like running. And I'm going to put up 150 yards. You know, nobody thought Ohtani could ever exist, right? It was like, hey, Babe Ruth did it for like a year and a half, 147 years ago. It was all, you know, like this thing that happened years when the game was just being invented. Now, all of a sudden, Ohtani will start something that we will become, it will be, nobody ever thought you could do that. Hit and pitch, get the hell out of here, bro. We haven't gotten to that point. We haven't found Ohtani at quarterback. There's your analogy. We haven't found Ohtani at quarterback. Ohtani at quarterback does not exist. So when Ohtani at quarterback exists, then you'll have your championships. So, you know, it is what it is. So, Tua would have got the 4 plays off in the he would have hit all those passes. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's a whole different. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even comparable. You know? So it's just the reality. That's all. The reality of who the kid is. Anyway, the reality is that Welt and Rayom has got it going on, baby. Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. And folks, I know right now a lot of people are dealing with bankruptcy issues. It's a real shame. I know some folks have called Welt and Rayom to find out. A lot of people are going into their 401ks, deep into their credit cards. It's a real shame. It could happen to me. It could happen to any of us, man. We live our lives month to month. I get it. And again, we are in storm. I think storm season is at any time now, because you can get a torrential downpour at any time. And all of a sudden you got water damage, busted pipe. You got water damage. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's your neighbor, townhouse or condo or something along those lines. Call Welt and Rayom. Never call the insurance company first. You call Welt and Rayom. So save this number on the cell phone, because God forbid, maybe you don't need them now, and I hope you never need them. But if something happens, you'll have the number. Save it on the cell phone. 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. For those of you listening on the podcast, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, please call Jeff Welt, Daniel Rayom. They know what they're doing. 954-966-4646. Steve Chapman, number 1 in the house. Captain Saki out in Tarpon Springs. Martin Leiden. Martin, I sent you a message. Cosa Nostra in the house. Steven Gonzalez. Funny how Lamar said after the game that was a touchdown when his sorry ass overthrew 2 times. That would have been a touchdown. I mean, you know, whatever, bro. It's and likely has to catch it way up in the air to come back down because you suck with your accuracy. That's all. Jamie Zoria in the house in San Jose. Smash it in the like button too. Gus 1388. He says, for the hardcore Lamar Jackson fans, you saw late in the game, in the clutch. It's what Big O harps about. Yeah. It's just, but it was the whole game. It's all a little rinky-dink passing game, you know. They have to dominate on the ground. That's the way the Ravens play the game. If you stop them on the ground and don't allow them to dominate you and force Lamar to beat you with his arm, long day for them. If they can get it running, forget about it, dude. If they're pushing you around all day, it's over. It's hard. But you got to stop the run because they're one-dimensional. NorCal is in the house. Oscar Rojas, Ray Sosa, Joe, One-Eyed Jack. Last night, Collinsworth made the comment that Lamar is a great pocket passer. Again, it's the likable thing, you know? It's a likable thing. By the way, is Bam really dating Asia? Because she was here when they gave Bam the key of the city. I'm just saying, if he's dating Asia Wilson, you know, she plays like a franchise player. This might be a good relationship for Bam. It might rub off on him. I don't know. I watch the NBA and the WNBA. And Asia is a bad woman. Like, bad and a half. Like, bad, like, I'm taking over the game. Like, bad, like, you're not stopping me from scoring. I don't know. Maybe that's a good, maybe this is a good thing for Bam. He should go to a lot of Aces games. Maybe it'll rub off on him. Oscar Rojas, Big O, you're right. The Chefs have great defensive backs. Lamar's inconsistency lost the game. The Chefs have a dynasty with a Hall of Fame head coach, offensive coordinator, D coordinator, and QB. Yeah, they do. They do. What's the point in having players if they're not allowed to play? Athletes that are never in condition to play. Yeah, it's frustrating. The injuries, I mean, injuries happen all over the damn league, and it sucks, bro. It is what it is. What are you going to do? You know what I say? No excuses this week. Win the damn game. Ramsey, Wynn, Chubb, and OBJ, right? That's what you're missing, right? Not enough of an excuse. At the end of the last two seasons in the playoffs, yeah, you know, you had 15 people on the injured reserve, 2/3 or 4/5 of your line, your entire linebacking core, you know, most of your secondary. I know that's the kind of shit that's happened the last 2 years. Okay, I'm going to give you a break. Am I giving you a break at all in week one? No, dude. So get it done. I don't want to hear excuses. Ocala Joe is in the house. The Whale is in the house. Says fired up for the start of what has promised to be a special season. Damn right. Kyle Cockrell, Josh in, Aaron Hernandez. Got to give it to you, Big O. All I kept thinking last night was watching Lamar. You're right about his game. You know, beautiful human being, Lamar. Phenomenal athlete, one of the greatest athletes to ever grace an NFL field. Not a passer. Never has been, never will be a passer. But don't worry, there'll be 2 or 3 games this year that you could come back and say, hey, you see, Lamar had a great passing game. Don't worry about it. There'll be 2 or 3 out there for you Lamar folks out there that are still waiting for him to become that great quarterback. Ragin is in the house. Skylar Tipton. What an amazing year for music. Emily Armstrong as rhetorical new singer for Linkin Park is great. She has a Joan Jett quality to her voice. I got to check it out. I mean, you know, it's all you're just, it's so hard to pull off what Journey did. And it's even harder to pull off what Santana has done for many decades, just continuing to change singers and continuing to have all kinds of, nobody's ever done what Santana's done. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard, dude. It's really hard to recapture the magic with a new singer. You know, AC/DC had a level with Bon Scott and then had another level with Brian Johnson. Those things are rare. Iron Maiden had one level with Paul Di'Anno, then took it to another level with Bruce Dickinson. But usually when that man or woman dies, you just don't replace Freddie Mercury. You know, you just don't replace Steve Perry because you've been able to replace the image of Steve Perry with Arnel Pineda, but not the hits, not the success. So you're still going to go see a copy of it because Arnel is not Steve Perry. You know what I'm saying? But you still have some of the originality of it. So it's good enough to watch. It's good enough to pay for. It's very entertaining. Arnel does an awesome job. But it's just so hard when you change singers to recapture that, you know? It's just hard. Survivor had a couple really big hits early on, then had a real setback with their singer. And they were magically, they found somebody that sounded practically the same and went on to write 4 or 5 more big time hits. You know, that shit is rare, dude. Rare, man. You know, Rainbow with Richie Blackmore. He's had 3 singers and success with Dio, with Graham Bonnet, with Do You Remember Me? Oh God. Anyway, I'm trying to remember his ass. Somebody will remember. But anyway, so you know, it happens. I follow music enough for that. But you, Linkin Park, for you to get back the magic of Chester Bennington, it's going to be impossible, dude. It's just going to be impossible. It'll be nice. It'll be fun. You know, I saw Axl Rose fill in for Brian Johnson, and AC/DC did a little more Bon Scott because Axl has a little more Bon in him than Brian, right? And that was cool, but it's not Bon Scott. It's just hard, man. It's hard. I'll check it out. I saw Linkin Park with that replacement singer that they went on tour with, and I walked out halfway, maybe a third of the set. I forgot who it was that was filling in for Chester Bennington, and I was like, and I left. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I know I rambled, but you know, it's kind of, I'm thinking of the history of music and all the stuff that I've experienced, and it's just some that it's hard, man. It's hard. Ragin says, "Oh, can't wait to hear your take on Scud Jackson last night." Scud Jackson. What's Scud Jackson? What happened last night? What's Scud Jackson? I'm went over me. Do you know what he's talking about?
Lamar.
Oh, okay. It's just Scud. Oh, Scud missiles. I love it. I love it. That went right over my head. Nice job by you. I'm a big dummy. I didn't pick up on that. That is funny. Okay, so I've been talking about Scuds. Oh, Scuds. That's a good nickname. I think we might call him that from now on the show. I think you did it. Yader Castro, Alexis Palenzuela, Aaron Hernandez, Worthy looking solid. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. NorCal says NorCal Doll Fan Club meeting Sunday at La Cabana in Suisun City, California. If any Big O Show listeners show up, I'll buy you a beer and you'll get a couple of cool club stickers. Fins for life. There you go. So if you're in that area in California, let's go. Jay Gelfin, Shabbat Shalom, Orlando Sean, and chat crew. Excited for the sports weekend ahead with my Yankees, football, Dolphins football, and Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever. Looking forward to your insights. Can't wait for tonight. By the way, the Lynx are favored by 3. I'm betting Fever +3 tonight. Okay, I'm going Fever +3 tonight. That's one. It's not a big deal, but just so you know, I'm on the. By the way, when Lamar and company scored last night, you saw the line. I love the live. I love the live. I took the Chiefs +2.5. I got them +1 and +2.5 on the way up as it was turning up. Because it was -3, and I just had, you saw it, right, Sean? Remember we talked about it yesterday? I was going, man, I need 2.5. I need 2.5. And you know what? Think about the touchdown at the end of the game. If he actually is accurate and they can score a touchdown, it's a tie game, and then you're in trouble, right? So I go, let me play the live line. Have I not told you this for a while now? You must wait for the live. If you're not convinced with that opening line that you say, oh, my God, I'm taking this. I love this. Okay, if you're not, then wait for the live. So the Ravens scored first, and all of a sudden, it was Ravens -2.5. And I'm like, bam, 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 bam. And that was the bet that I was waiting for. I bet +1, but then when I got +2.5, that's where I laid the fat chunk. So I had a nice little chunk on likely. I had the nice chunk on 2.5. I had a little bit on +1, and that's it. Then I just rode into the sunset last night. I just said, yeah, baby. Oh, that was nice. And then I cashed in. And then I said, let me buy some Bitcoin with that nice chunk. Thank you, Isaiah Likely. So I am going Fever +3 tonight against the Lynx. Okay. Crypto Fins, Isaiah. Oh, Crypto Fins, since you brought that up, let me give you a little right now market action. Let's talk a little bit about the market. First of all, let's go over to the stock market and give you the latest. The stock market is hurting right now. Actually, the Dow is down 213 points. The S&P is down almost 58 points. The NASDAQ is down just over a point. In crypto, we've got a nice dip here. Bitcoin finally cracked that 54,000 mark. It is at 54,837. So see how far down it can go. Go down, go down. I'll buy at a lower price, please. Ethereum's at 2,372, 2,327, down 2%. And Solana, $128.73, down 2.7%. That's what's going on in the crypto market. Also, a little bit of news for you all. Bitcoin mining will become legal in Russia on November 1st. That's amazing. You want a ripple? You want a ripple in the political market, in the political race, in the political campaign, in the political news? You want a ripple? Maybe a freaking wave? Maybe a tsunami? Ripple, XRP's co-founder, just endorsed Kamala Harris for president. Now, Kamala's group has been reaching out to crypto companies behind the scenes. I wonder what conversations have been going on, because Ripple is one of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the world. I want to say it's like number 6 or 7 or something like that. Let me see. I'll tell you right now. Let me tell you right now. I'll tell you what number it is. XRP. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I kind of follow this. They are 7th. They are incredible. They beat down the SEC. Okay. I mean, they won their case against the government. You're talking about a company that has a market cap of $29.9 billion. By the way, the biggest groups behind the scenes that are working, both Republicans and Democrats, crypto. So what's going on there? Like, the Democrats have been, Biden's administration has been as anti-crypto as it could possibly be for 4 years. All of a sudden, the seventh most powerful crypto company, the one that took the SEC and bitch slapped them in court, is backing Kamala Harris? That's huge. That and Bitcoin mining in Russia? Holy shit. By the way, Siemens, right? I think that's how it's pronounced, issued a $330 million digital bond on a private blockchain, partnering with major German banks for fully automated settlement. Skyscanner integrates with Travala, the travel site, allowing hotel bookings in over 100 cryptocurrencies, making Travala discoverable among major travel agencies. Japan's big three banks, MUFG, Mitsui, and SMBC, plan to use stablecoins for cross-border payments. Bitcoin, by the way, is down 6.19% for the month of September. This approximately matches the September single-digit downside experienced in 2022, 2021, 2020, 2018, 2017. So this is all normal. September's never a good month. October and November and December are the most explosive months, and they're coming. So you want to go down? Go down. I'll buy more at a cheaper price, and then you'll break all-time highs in October, and I'll be super happy. So I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, just a little note, $14 billion worth of shorts will be liquidated if Bitcoin hits 70,000. Okay. So there you go. That is a little crypto focus. So those of you that want to construct your own crypto portfolio, there's a little information. And you can call my friends at R&M Contractors. You dream it, they'll build it right there. All right. Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. All right. What else? Isaiah John Padilla is checking in from San Jose, California. By the way, down south from you, John. That's some Palace, whatever, or something, or I forgot what the hell the name of that area where all the land is moving and everybody's had to be evacuated. They can't use water and stuff like that. I mean, that's some screwed up shit over there, dude. Holy crap. California is an interesting place to live in. It's got a lot of stuff going on, man. Isaiah says, I made a killing on fantasy football last night. Thank you, Worthy and Likely. There you go. Worthy looked good. It's with Xavier Worthy, Isaiah Likely, Xavier Worthy. With Xavier Worthy, the beauty, like yesterday, he had 2 receptions, 47 yards and a touchdown, 1 for 21 and a touchdown, instant impact. You're a young cat stepping into a made team with one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the game already. And then definitely one of the best offensive minds in the history of the game. Like, guaranteed top 10. Okay? Andy Reid, guaranteed top 10. So you step in and you're going to be taken care of. All you got to do is do your job and you're going to be golden. And that's the beauty for a guy like Xavier Worthy. If he goes to a team like Carolina, he's going to have to do more to look that good. But he looked that good because he came into a ready-made team already. That's won championships. Is trying to win 3 in a row. It's a beautiful position for Xavier Worthy to be in. God bless him, dude. That's what you want if you're a rookie. You want to be Ben Roethlisberger, and you get drafted to a Steelers team that is loaded and ready for a championship, and it's like, Ben, brother, just do your job, make some plays. You don't have to carry us, and we can win. Tom Brady was like that his first championship too. Make a couple throws, kid. We can take care of the rest. It's beautiful a lot of times when a young player can get drafted and go onto a team that is already set. And you're a coach and you step into the Bulls. So Tony's going to look a lot better than if he had to go to Sacramento. Know what I'm saying? And that this is why environment changes everything. We know about it here, right? Tua had a terrible environment. Austin Jackson had a terrible environment. It was hard for them to succeed. In comes McDaniel and his staff, and both are incredibly successful because the knowledge, the teaching, the ability to to maximize players, these people have it. Those people the first 2 years had on the offensive side, they had no skill set on how to make players better. They didn't know how to scheme it. They didn't know how to coach it. They just didn't know how to do it. So those players were all screwed. So Xavier Worthy is not walking into a dysfunctional situation as a first-round pick, and they're all saying, save us, save us, save us. Won't you, Ted Ginn? But Ted Ginn can't save you because that's not who Ted Ginn is. But you drafted him at number 9 pretty much to be kind of a savior, but that wasn't fair to him. And then you didn't have the environment for him to be what you wanted him to be. And he didn't have the skill set to be what fans thought he could be or whatever, or the management thought he could be. Disaster. So Worthy falls into a perfect scenario, perfect situation, dude. Your what's the name? Sean, help me out. What's the name of the LSU running back that the Colts drafted the year that Edgerrin James chases the money, goes to Arizona, and they draft him out of LSU late in the first round, and they win a championship? Joseph, or what's the kid's name? I forgot his name now. But he wasn't better than Edge. He was a solid back. But he stepped into a beautiful situation, dude. Beautiful situation. Tony Dungy fixing the defense. Tony Dungy fixing the defense. He steps into Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, something Joseph. I want to say, why do I want to think Joseph or something like that? But just amazing. Joseph Adai. Thank you. There you go. Joseph Adai. Is Joseph Adai, can he even carry Edgerrin James Jock? No. But he steps into a beautiful situation. He's a champion. To me, that's how I view Xavier Worthy. He's a terrific young player. He has a skill set that's beautiful, but he stepped into just magic. And it'll be easier for him to succeed in this kind of an atmosphere. Good for him, man. God bless him. Good for him. Let's see. What else do we have? Orlando Trump. There you go. I deserve it. I'm kind of orange today. Gordon Shumway, Donald Pump, Ronald Lund. Missed my parlay due to Henry not getting the rock. Well, if you got to dominate. Jonathan Jensen says it's the Marlins hat. Let's see. You know we have hats. We're loaded with hats. So let's go. I got my hat head already going. Yeah. And this is orange. Let's go with. No, it's something's going on. Something's going on. Ooh, wait a minute. Ooh. I changed the light. That's what I didn't even. I just learned something. See, I'm a big dumbass. See, I just learned something. If I want to go Trump, I can go Trump. Damn it. Don't stop me. And then if I want to bees the polar bears, then I'll bees the polar bears. So now we figured it out. Look at that. Live. Live is beautiful. I didn't even know I hit some shit that turned me into Trump. Had no idea. Look at that. Oh, well. He must have heard that Ripple is supporting Harris. That poor guy. He had it in the bag with Biden. I mean, he had it. He was going to beat the corpse. He was going to avoid jail. Now, the prosecutor will beat him, and then another prosecutor is going to beat him. Anyway, you know, there are times I think I have potential to do stand-up if I really want to. Let's see. Oh, by the way, we have breaking news. I forgot to tell you. Ian Rappaport is reporting that the Dolphins and all-pro Jalen Ramsey have agreed on another huge extension, this time a 3-year, $72.3 million deal, making him the highest-paid CB in the NFL. There you go. So that's $24.1 million per year. And he won't play this week. Just be ready after, man. Just get ready in the next week or two, bro. So there you go. It's all good in the hood. Good for Jalen Ramsey. Good for his family. Now win me some playoff games. I miss Neil Rogers so much. What a legend. He wouldn't survive 1 week in today's hypersensitive environment. Oh, no, he could. Well, remember, his show was already being tamed as it was with the new rules. So it wasn't the same show the last couple of years either that he was doing. If we're going to be honest, it wasn't even the same show then. He was already pussyfooting, eggshells all over the place. Let's call it like we see it. By the way, Sloman's Home Shield. You got to protect your home. You want to feel safe 24/7, and having cameras in or outside. Sean, I've never asked you, do you have, because I know you have dogs, do you have cameras also inside like I do? No? Oh, okay. Well, I do. I have cameras inside and outside. We like to check on the dogs. We got 4, bro. You only have 1, right? You only have 1, right? Is that what it is?
I have 1 outside, but he gets us the whole backyard so we can see the dogs.
Oh, okay. So there you go. That's different. See, I have 4 and they're all inside. So, you want to, you got to check on your doggies. That's kind of the way we are.
I don't have the mansion like you, so I don't need to see all the different floors and all that. I only have a single floor.
4 floors.
I'm not like you, all right?
I only have 4 floors. 4 floors, a basement, and an attic, okay? It's not that much. Jesus. Making it sound like I have some large home. It's only 4 floors, excluding the attic and the basement. Okay? I'm one of the, maybe 5 homes in Florida has an attic and a basement. So we got to have cameras everywhere, roaming all over the place. Tunnels. We have tunnels too. I'm sorry. I think you all built tunnels too, right? Yeah. Anyway, Sloman's Home Security understands the importance of security in your tunnels, attic, everywhere, basement, you name it. So they're offering a free home security system with free professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. The free system includes the panel, the keyboard, up to 10 door contacts. I mean, that helped me because we have like 42 doors. So, only 10. That helped. I only had to pay for 32 after that. Window decals, lawn sign, professional installation, lifetime service, communication device, and backup battery. You're going to get all of that. We're in 14 different states, so make sure you call. Tell them that Big O sent you. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Custom, top-of-the-line home security systems that are designed to detect intruders, alert the authorities, and give you real-time updates right to your smartphone. Anytime there's any movement, you have it right on your smartphone. Bam. You know what's the... Dude, if there's a cat crossing my backyard, camera catches it. Seriously. Anybody comes close to the door, the second they turn from the sidewalk to my house, that's it. It already lights. It's already you don't even have to get to my door. I love it. So Sloman's Home Shield, man, they've been protecting Americans for over 100 years. 1-800-ALARM-ME. All right. Let's see. Lamar's best asset is running. Yeah, man. And that's what he should focus on. That's why he lost the weight. That's why they got Derrick Henry. They're not effing around. They need to run. And then hope that day he can connect on a few passes, and that's it. But they're married to this offense, but they have to dominate in the run game. Yeah. Definitely. Hey, by the way, everything cool, right? You guys haven't had any fuzzy video like we had earlier in the week and all that. I don't see any complaints or anything like that. So it looks like I think we fixed that also. Okay. Let's see what else. Bam officially has offense if he bagged her. Well, I'm just hoping she rubs off on him. That's all I'm hoping. That's because Asia is the true face of the WNBA. She's a hell of a player, dude. Hell of a player, man. Hell of a player. She may be the best player in the league. Maybe. She's like a force, bro. She's unstoppable. Asia's a big-time legend here in South Carolina. You can't help but root for her. She's, man. I watch... Kelsey Plum is my favorite player in the WNBA. So I just love her vibe. And she's a damn good player, too. So I watch a lot of Aces games. And Asia's she's a force, dude. She's a force. In that sport, she is a force, man. Awesome to watch. Fun to watch. When Lamar missed that wide open throw, I was wondering what Harbaugh was thinking. Well, it's just he's married to that. He's dead set, and he'll live and die with that. But they've got to run their offense, and their offense is predicated on the run. And if they can dominate you, true Fin fan, and punch you in the mouth, as you all, true Fin fan, we're Dolphin fans. Many years where if you can't stop them running, it's going to be a long-ass day, And then once in a while, he'll come in hot, and he'll have a couple passes, and then you're really screwed. You know what I'm saying? But yesterday, they had some success early, and then they kind of shut it down, and they did. And then Lamar started running. When he really couldn't pass, he started running, which is what he needs to do. But unfortunately, he's not going to survive the season that way because he's skinnier now. He just can't take that kind of a beating, but that's the game he has to play. It's the game Josh Allen has to play. It's the game Randall Cunningham had to play. It's the game, all running quarterbacks. They have to play that game. They have no choice because they can't live from the pocket. Let's see. Big O, did you hear about, Rich Homie Quan? Yes, I saw that yesterday. Yeah. Sad medical issue. He started foaming in the mouth and stuff. I don't know if there was any other. They haven't done an autopsy or anything, but yeah, Jolynn Turner. Thank you, Gotti. That was the third singer I was thinking about with Rainbow. Very nice. And let me tell you, Richie Blackmore, when you think about that, those bands that have been able to change singers and continue to have success, and I'm not talking about just do it once. They did it 3 times and success with all 3 different singers. Just like Santana has had success with, I don't know, hits with like 7 or 8 different singers. Nobody will ever do what Santana has ever done. Nobody. Nobody will ever even come close to Santana. That is the best. A guy that is defined without a singer. Think about that shit. He's defined truly by his guitar sound. When you hear his guitar sound, there is no other guitar that sounds like Santana's. And yet, you're so, at least for me, I'm going to be 58. Through all the decades, I've just seen him change singers over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Wow. It's crazy, man. It's hard to do that kind of stuff. Ragin is in the house. Journey is one of my favorite bands. Arnell's a great singer, but he's more of a hard rock singer, while Perry is more of a crooner. Yes. Yeah, but what I'm saying is they can get by with it at least, and it sounds good and everything. I've seen the Arnell Journey like 3 times or 4 times or something. Love it. Have no problem. I've seen Steve Perry a couple times myself. Phenomenal, obviously. But you can at least get away with it, but you're not going to go and have success, Like Survivor changed singers and then went and wrote like 5 more mega hits. And that's impressive. When you can change singers and then go have success or even more success, like Iron Maiden, like AC/DC, then you change singers and you go to another level. That's crazy shit. Lamar only looks like a great passing QB against us. Once in a while he'll hit a couple. Sum 41 lead singer with Lincoln. Oh, it's a Sum 41 lead singer. Okay. I'm gonna see Sum 41 soon. Because I'm gonna go watch the Interrupters, and the Interrupters are opening up for Sum 41 at the end of this month. I think it is. I'm gonna go see them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. What else do we have? Chris Wilson says, I need to move out of New York and move to Florida so I can go to all these meetups and actually see a Dolphins home game. Come on down, Chris. Come on down, baby. We need you. Come on down. When Scott Whelan passed away, that was basically half of STP. Impossible to replace that element of success and artistic integrity with a new singer and that voice. That's the other thing. Who the hell has Scott Whelan's voice? Nobody. Scott Whelan was a super talent, man. It's a shame that the drugs, obviously killed his career, but Scott Whelan was a super, super talent, man. I saw STP early on in their career, and I saw them in their first album at the Cruzan or Sony or whatever it's called now, I think, or whatever. And they did some Led Zeppelin too. And Scott could do some Zepp, man. It was good. It was good shit. It was a hell of a concert. Anyway, let's wrap up hour number 1. Hour number 2 starts with the great Manny Navarro. We're going to do our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report, and then it's going to be followed up with the Big Cheese NIL and recruiting report. A double shot of Manny Navarro to start hour number 2 of the Big O Radio Show, mastered by the one and only Sean Stanley.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
All right. How you feeling, baby? You feeling good?
Feeling okay. I'm dealing with a little bit of a sinus issue, but I'll get over it, brother.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. So you're gonna watch the game, or you're gonna go to the game?
No, I'm gonna watch the game from home. I'm gonna, I don't have to go to these every single game anymore. These are kind of the time. This is the time of year to sit at the couch at home and watch a bunch of games, brother. This is the time of year to do that.
This last 4.5 years doing this.
Yeah.
I go to whatever game I feel like going to. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
It's the freedom I have now. Oh, doggy, it is priceless. So I feel you when you don't have, because really, what's there to cover this week? I mean, come on, bro. This is like Club Seals. Sorry, FAMU, but I mean, I'm sorry. This is come on. This is not something that should be a challenge. But you know what? It is an opportunity for a lot of young guys too, and that's the good thing, that Mario will get a great chance, and I'm sure every other assistant coach will get a great chance to get some of their backups in late in that second quarter, into the second half, all of that kind of stuff, so that way they could get some of those guys some important playing time. And I think that might be a theme that you might see a lot over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think certainly that's the way it's shaping up to be. And I think one thing fans need to know, as far as the red shirt rule is concerned, you can play up to 4 regular season games plus the bowl game. The old rule used to be just 4 games for the whole season. Now it's 4 games plus the bowl game. And they changed the rule in part because so many guys were opting out of the bowl game in the past, and they didn't want to burn guys as red shirts. So I think, guys that you saw some freshmen get into the game last week, I think those same guys are probably not on a path to being redshirted. I think guys that you didn't see last week are probably guys that you may see in this game, because this may be one of those rare opportunities for them to actually get in the game. Same thing next week against Ball State. But if you're doing the who's going to play this year among the freshman head count, go back to last week, look at the snap counts. Those guys are probably not getting redshirted. The guys who didn't play last week are. So It's just the way the math works.
By the way, folks, remember, if you want to root on your Canes looking sharp, go to Canes Wear. You can get hats like this right there, all about the U. They've got like 100 different hats, over 100 different shirts, jerseys, old style jackets, those old satin jackets with the ibis. They've got them. The orange one, the white one,
sweet looking
green
ones.
Yeah, those things are sweet. Those starter jackets, I think they are called. I think they were starter jackets. But anyway, they got it. They got championship gear. From the Panthers. They've got shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff. Dolphins, Miami Heat, Marlins. I bought this hat. I can't stand these Marlins because they're a pain in my ass because they don't want to win. But I got to say my hat is fresh.
Yes, it is fresh.
I got it at Caneswear. Okay, so it is what it is. Hey man, listen, I'm wearing my Van Morrison concert shirt. I don't have a lot of hats that go with it. This one goes.
That one does, just because you got a little bit of that aqua color. I mean the light blue or whatever that is. Yeah.
That blue, so I had to go with it. You know what I'm saying? But again, Caneswear allows me to have a different, so I can have a different look with what I'm wearing. So go to Caneswear, and they got neon signs for your bar. They've got you name it, bracelets and rings and all kinds of stuff, and and flags and everything. You name it. Okay, You'll get when you go to that store. Put it that way. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off. And online shipping is free if you go over $99 at caneswear.com. All right. What do we know about injuries, doggy?
Well, I mean, the guys who were hurt last week, Bain, Damari Brown, none of those guys are going to play this week. I would suspect same thing probably with Ryan Rodriguez, depending on how bad the ankle was. Those are the three guys that were basically on the injured list following the game. I would suspect they'll get the week off. And like I said, Bain probably not till the Virginia Tech game in my mind, or maybe the USF game. So,
right, get them ready for Virginia Tech by giving them some reps against USF. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Right. So I think, they made it out alive of Gainesville pretty well when you think about it, considering they supposedly face an SEC team. So we'll see what happens this week, but trying to preserve bodies, brother. Like I said, it's a 16-game season now if you're trying to win a national championship. So I would suspect you get guys rotated in and out plenty the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, I know. I got to deal with Dolphin fans. They kind of feel like their team is the only one that suffers injuries. Anyway, it's really everywhere. It's just kind of the way it goes. It just happens that way. By the way, after what happened, how's the ice for Billy Napier? How thin is it?
Well, I mean, look, if they were to fire him in season, it would cost them a little more than $26 million. So I suspect, and my thought going into the season was they would wait for that price to drop a little bit before they did it. They owe him 85% of his contract whenever it's due. But you got to think about buyouts for everybody else, right? Coordinators, other assistant coaches, staffers, all that kind of stuff. So I think he's on thin ice. I think the only way he saves his job at this point is if they go at least 500 the rest of the season. And I don't know that they're capable of doing that. So I would suspect that at the end of the year, he'll be let go. And right now, if I'm them, I'm trying to find the next coach. That's what I'm spending the next couple months doing, looking for that guy right now.
Yeah. Well, at least you got the Periscope up, and then you're looking to see if there's a up and coming offensive defensive coordinator you can go get. Although, again, I think for those kind of programs, you want to go get that established coach.
I think without question, that's what they want. And I think they're going to try to go with a proven, established power 4 coach, not a guy who's, a coordinator or a group of 5 head coach. I think you kind of always end up going the opposite of what you did the last time. I think in this case, they will go proven head coach like Miami did.
So do I take the Canes on the money line minus 100,000?
For this week's game, you're asking me? What is the spread? Do they even have it against an FCS team?
Minus 100,000. So if I bet like 100, I bet I win like $1 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I would not. I wouldn't bother. This is those kind of games that you're just losing money.
45.5.
Right.
I actually think you can lay that, but anyways, here's the bet I do like. The over is 59.5.
Right. Yeah, I mean, FAMU's decent FCS team. They were 12-1 last year.
They're
2-0.
Yeah,
they can score points. They have some ex FBS guys, ex Miami guys.
So one side puts up 10. and the other side puts up a 50 burger.
Yeah. 51-10. Sounds right to me.
You know?
Yeah. Why not?
As crazy as it sounds, the over 59.5
sounds good.
Seems doable, dude. Because Mario won't embarrass people. You know, he's got that kind of class, so he's not good.
Right.
But
James Colsey, the coach of FAMU, has been down to Miami's campus a lot. I've seen him at different points, so I know he's not going to try to embarrass that guy.
Right, but unfortunately, he will be forced to, because this is the kind of game where you have to run your second team unit, and you cannot tell them, "Hey guys, don't try." And so then it's going to be an opportunity for you to run some stuff, and unfortunately, you're going to put up some points, dude.
I would suspect. I think the plan is Emory Williams is the third string backup. If something serious were to happen to Cam Ward, then he would replace him. But I would think Reese Poffenberger would be the guy who gets the majority of the snaps in this game, and they probably get the true freshman in there because they're trying to redshirt Emory Williams if possible. Again, if there's no serious injury to Cam. So I don't know how good the offense is going to run with Reese Poffenbarger. I don't suspect nearly as good as it would with Cam Ward, but that'll be interesting to watch today, right? The what if scenario.
Well, one thing that I will say is the tight end is going to get incorporated in the offense, so that'll help a young quarterback like that. Those are high percentage because he's going to hand off a lot. So throw to the running backs, throw to the wide receivers, because we're only going to see Cam maybe a half.
Right.
Why are you going to even risk playing him anymore? You should be so comfortably ahead by the end of the half that Cam should be able to take the rest.
Yeah, I think if you're up 35 points, he's probably gone.
Huh?
I said if they're up like 35 points at the half, yeah. I don't see any point to play him in the second half, but we'll see what Mario wants.
Okay,
what Mario wants to do.
Good stuff. By the way, follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Catch his work there at The Athletic as always. And better yet, subscribe so you can keep up with everything going on in college football, not just with the University of Miami and all the other sports too at the same time. This has been our Caneswear Miami Hurricanes report.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. We step into the world of big dreams, big moves, and big money. It's the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. After 40 years, the Big Cheese remains dedicated to serving the finest Italian dinners, pizza, pasta, subs, and salads. All of their pasta is imported from Italy and cooked fresh every day. Visit BigCheeseMiami.com. Now, let's find out who's the Big Cheese the Miami Hurricanes are working on with insider Manny Navarro.
All right. 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Go visit. Gary, Billy, all the great people out there at the Big Cheese. They know how to get it done, and they will make you happy. I promise you on that. All right, first of all, the Canes went after some big cheese there at the Gators game.
Yes.
But the best tackle of the day was that woman trying to stop. So walk us through what went on there, first of all. Any repercussions from anything going on there with her, the schools, the players, what? Talk to me.
Yeah, it was pretty funny for those of you who haven't seen it, but it's on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. But Footballville posted a video of a bunch of Miami players going up to the recruits that were at the game for Florida.
We own this state now. Come on over.
Yes, please come to the U. Don't go here. A bunch of players were saying, and they came over to say hi to the recruits, which they're allowed to do, by the way. But they tried playing defense because nothing's more embarrassing than getting your ass kicked and then having a bunch of your recruits throw up the U in the middle of the post game celebration. So they were trying to save themselves a little bit of embarrassment. But nowadays everybody's got a video camera. And all that stuff comes out and. I don't think anything's going to happen. It wasn't that serious. In the end, the recruits are allowed to say hi to whoever they want in the stadium, and they did. And we'll see what comes of it as far as Miami is concerned down the road, because I certainly think they made an impression on quite a few kids that were there in attendance because they did win in a dominating fashion, and they looked like they were having fun with their coach afterward, which,
Okay, so I got to ask you, do you know the names that were there? Are you tracking it just for shits and giggles?
Yeah.
I'd like to know the names. So if they do flip, we're going to go, oh, that was the moment, dude. That was the moment.
Well, the big one is in the 2025 class, and that's DJ Pickett, the 5-star cornerback who committed to LSU a couple months back, but he was somebody in state. His cousin Booker Pickett was part of the Miami signing class this past year. He was there watching the game as a Florida recruit, and certainly looked like he was having a good time watching Miami kick ass. There's been reports since then that he's supposed to visit Miami this weekend. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. I know LSU is all over him, trying to make sure he doesn't come down to Miami for a visit. They're trying to play their own defense, LSU on Miami, but we will see what happens with that. That's the big one. That's the one to watch all the way through. There were a bunch of 2026 recruits that were there as well, including his cousin, who is Booker Pickett's younger brother, Cannon Pickett. Where are
they from?
They're from the Tampa area, Zephyr Hills, Tampa area. Okay.
Are they related to Wilson Pickett?
No. Well, the father who played for Miami, Pickett, and the uncle who played for Ohio State back in the 90s. So Miami definitely has a family connection here with the Pickett family, and they're trying to flip DJ. They're trying to get him to join Miami's class. So, but a lot of the 2026 guys are going to be the big visitors this weekend. You've got 9 University of Miami commitments, I think 9 or 10. I'm not sure what the number's up to now, in terms of commitments in this class that are going to be coming to this home opener. And then you have a bunch of 2026 kids, elite kids that, Miami is really after, that all are local, all around the state type of guys.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. All right. So FAMU, what do we expect recruiting wise? What's going to be there?
Well, for Miami, I mean, like I said, the 2026 guys, IMG Academy edge rusher Jake Krull, he had 17 sacks last year as a sophomore. He's supposed to be in attendance. He's kind of the big headliner because I think he's probably the best player among the guys coming. Cannon Pickett, who I mentioned earlier, he's a 6'4", 290-pound offensive lineman. You know how Mario likes his big lineman. Jabari Brady, the wide receiver from Chaminade Madonna, who, again, a huge time target for Miami. Javian Mallory, a running back out of West Boca. Kendall Gervil and James Johnson, two big defensive linemen out of the Fort Myers area. That Kelvin Harris, the former Hurricane center for Gino Torretta, is always talking to me about those kids. They'll be here for the game. So a lot of 2026 guys and a lot of 2025 commitments. And so, look, all these guys are just excited about Miami, man. They this is the first time in a long time that they look that dominant against anybody. So I think a lot of these kids just want to come, kind of taste the environment, see how much things have really changed. And I definitely think this is going to be a windfall for the program going forward.
All right, let's hope so. All right, good stuff there. What are you working on the Athletic on the recruiting side down the line?
Well, we're gonna have plenty of recruiting coverage. We have our Stars Matter podcast that we've done in the past. Grace Rayner and I, both her and I, cover a ton of recruiting. Grace writes a weekly story on quarterbacks, how the 2025 quarterbacks, the top ones across the country, are doing, and obviously Miami has one of those in their class, in Luke Nickel, and so. We have a ton of stuff on recruiting, dude, that we do all the time, and so you can go check that out. This week we just came out with our ACC power rankings, and who's number one? Miami. So that's that. If you want to go check that out, you can read that there as well. But yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a recruiting story, and I think for Miami, this is the time of year where, again, nothing's official. It's just sort of hearsay until somebody signs a national letter of intent in December. But as we get closer and closer to signing day, we'll have more stories.
All right, good stuff there. Let me see. Remember, we want to recruit you over to the Big Cheese. All right, 8080 West 67th Avenue. And you can have baked dishes like lasagna, manicotti, stuffed shells, the baked ziti parmesan, which I have all the time, by the way. I love that. The baked ziti ricotta, the stuffed eggplant, the cheese ravioli, the spaghetti parmesan, the chicken cutlet parmesan, the vegetable lasagna. I've had that too. It's fantastic. The Art Kehoe Atkins special is in the house, baby. Chicken marsala, chicken francais, chicken cacciatore. It just goes on and on and on. The pizza's delicious. And, of course, the garlic rolls are to die for, okay? You will be – once you try the garlic rolls and then they bring the second – you're fighting for those garlic rolls, okay? Seriously, it's one of those things like you're all looking at that last garlic roll and there's four of you in the table and you're going, I don't want to be rude, but I want to be rude.
Great food, brother. My favorite place to go to down there whenever I'm down by the U. It's a short drive over from campus, and always a great place to have dinner, lunch, whatever you like.
October 8th, we will be broadcasting live at the Big Cheese. October 8th, so we are 1 month away. Tuesday, October 8th, we're going to be there at the Big Cheese. So come on over and join us. We'll have some fun. I don't know if Manny, if you're in that area that day.
I might be, yes.
Do your report live. Come on down and we'll feed you. We're going to feed you. Okay, so
I will be there.
Yeah, we're going to have the tent out there. We're going to have all kinds of stuff. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to have all kinds of prizes. I'll be hosting some stuff there. So come on over. You might be able to win some merch that will be given away. So good stuff there. Manny, tell them a little bit about The Athletic. Why should they subscribe?
Well, first of all, we're one of the few national outlets that cover every conference. We have national reporters, Bruce Feldman, Stuart Mandel, great team, podcasts, a ton of content. And again, for your monthly fee, like you said earlier, you don't just get college football. You get the NFL, you get, baseball, basketball, the NBA, Europe, soccer, European soccer. We've got writers in Europe that cover. So if you want some excellent coverage, some great in-depth stories, subscribe to The Athletic.
There you go. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Manny, as always, thank you, my brother. Feel better. Get some rest. Enjoy the football.
I will. Take care.
There you go. The great Manny Navarro. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro.
You've been listening to the Big Cheese Miami Recruiting and NIL Report with Manny Navarro. At the Big Cheese Miami, they continue to purchase the same high-quality ingredients that the most expensive Italian restaurants use. The difference is they serve large portions at a family price. Visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue in Miami. Call 305-662-6855 or go to thebigcheesemiami.com. Go Canes!
Yeah, go Canes, baby. Go Canes. All right. By the way, I always like finding our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night. And I think I found mine last night. And it's pretty obvious who that is.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
All right. Yeah. You know who it is, right? Well, last night the Chefs defeated the Ravens 27-20. Yeah, I could pick Pat Mahomes. I could pick all kinds of people. You know, I could pick Rasheed Crash Your Car Rice, 7 for 103. I could pick Lamar Jackson, who was inaccurate as hell, 273 yards, a touchdown, but did rush for 122 yards. That's his thing. But I'm going with Isaiah Likely. Why? Because yesterday we told you we like Isaiah Likely. Put a little change there, bro. Plus 525. What the hell? I know it's a little bit of a long shot, but he has chemistry with Lamar. And last night, hell, it looked like Mark Andrews, especially with that late bobble drop that it was like, no, what was it? He fell and he couldn't even get a first down. Boy, Isaiah Likely stepped up and he scored for us. We told you an anytime touchdown. The kid had 9 receptions, 111 yards, and that touchdown, which put us over the top and won us a little extra money at plus 525. So that got me a little free Bitcoin. Isaiah Likely, you, sir, are our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
All right, yeah, there we go. Oh, man. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And the great Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. If your company needs it, Alan Blanco can provide it. Reach out to him wherever your company is, wherever your corporation is, wherever your school is. You can reach out to him, 786-618-1443. All this stuff is done by Zoom and emails and all that, and they can ship it to you. So reach out to our great people there at 3A Graphics. Anything you need, shirts, hats, uniforms, you name it, they do it all. Chiefs last night defeat the Ravens 27-20. And basketball tonight at 7:30, the Lynx are taking on the Fever, WNBA action. Lynx are favored by 3. Tonight in football at 8:15, Philadelphia hosting the Packers. And the Eagles are favored by 2. The over and under is 49.5. On Saturday, the University of Miami is hosting FAMU. 6 o'clock kickoff. UM is favored by 45.5. The over and under is 59.5. The money line, FAMU is plus 8,000. And Miami is minus 100,000. Crazy number. On Sunday at 1 o'clock, the Dolphins will host the Jags. Dolphins are favored by 3. The over and under is 49. Jags plus 140. Dolphins minus 166 on the money line. Don't expect Jalen Ramsey, who just signed a contract extension with the team to make him the highest paid cornerback in the NFL, averaging a little over $24 million per season. He is expected to miss the game at 1 o'clock. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Let's see. Howdy, y'all. I'm late, so I'm going to rewind. Everybody have a great weekend, and let's go Fins. Thank you, J-Town. As a Canes fan, no one should ever look ahead. However, I'm my own man, a solo artist, so Miami is going undefeated and in the playoffs this year. There, I said it. That would be nice. I would love that. Big O, when will Miami play a worthy team this year? The schedule is cupcakes with sprinkles on it. Brother, they've lost to Georgia Tech. They've lost to, didn't they lose? Was it Middle Tennessee, the one they lost to a couple years back? Yeah, come on, bro. They've lost to shitty teams. They've almost lost to shitty teams. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that to them. They won the game that, was going to be pretty tough in that environment in Florida, not the team, but the environment. If they end up running the table, that's awesome, dude. They normally would not do that. That's progress in itself. Looking at it, and I don't understand the negative tone on things. I don't understand it. Why are we going negative on that? Why are we like, oh, there are cupcakes? Why? Because Miami's good all of a sudden? Because they're last couple of years, for the last like 5-10 years, there's no such thing as a cupcake. I've been in the third quarter in a FAMU game where you're up by 3. And I'm sitting around going, what the fuck is going on here? So I don't understand why we just like go into this negative tone when there's nothing negative to be. If they run the table, that's progress, dude. That's monster progress. They could never run the table. Ever. Those are the teams from way back, 20 plus years ago. We could say that. For 20 years, I disagree with you on that, dude. I disagree with that attitude. I don't know, man. Can we just enjoy the moment? They won. They kicked the Gators' ass. They embarrassed their recruits. I mean, you heard it, Frankie, right? You heard it. You heard the Manny Navarro talking about the recruits and how the Florida recruits were reacting to it. That's progress, dude. Our guys couldn't tell another recruiting class, come on over. It would be an embarrassment. They would be laughing at me. Go where? No, that's progress. I don't get it. Let's see. Manny is the Hurricanes' Big O history and knowledge. Yes, he is. Ocala Joe says, oh, I'm still laughing at the earlier comment you made. Someone will say, pump out one. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, not me. You cut me, Big O. You pointed at me. I swore you were talking to me. One day, I shall be the Cutter's Edge MVP. Yes, sir. Well, if you go, the good thing is if you go to the Big Cheese, you won't be cutting the Big Cheese because it's, even good food. It would even clean you up now there, True Fin fan. Packers QB has a good second half of a season. He's a top 5 QB. LOL, man, this social media has turned honest reporting to shit, clickbait, and views. Is the number one goal, not honesty. Oh, yeah, honesty is not the number one goal. You can forget about that. It's what's going to get clicks, for sure. That's all they care about. That's all they've cared about for a while now. It's a shame, but it's the truth. Let's see. What else do we have? Ramsey is out. I know they haven't declared it, but come on, man. He's out. Okay. That is. Don't forget, we are going to have our pregame show on Sunday, starting off at 11 a.m. So we'll get you ready for the 1 o'clock kickoff, and then we'll be back for the postgame show. Chris Perkins and David Furonis are going to join us postgame show. So we'll have some fun with them, and we'll be talking hopefully about a victory. Don't forget, you can also make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And Ocala Joe, I passed it over to my daughter, what you donated. I did not realize, because, I don't know too much about this. Dude, I don't even know about lights inside my own studio. I'm not the brightest bulb in the chandelier here sometimes. But anyway, I had no idea that it was a low figure. I didn't even know what figure it was. So I gave you guys the link for my daughter's thing, and she reached her goal like right away. Like I wanted to donate and I couldn't donate. So I just gave her a couple of bucks yesterday. And then Ocala Joe, I forwarded what you forwarded. But she reached her goal. She only needed, it was only like $165. I thought it was, like a lot of, whatever. So it's what she needed. And thank you. Those of you that were able to get in. Sean, by the way, thank you. Apparently you were one of them. So very nice of you, Sean. So yeah, she was flattered. And so those of you that tried, because a bunch of you tried because you reached out to me and you couldn't do it, and neither could I, because my dumb ass figured it out after, like, wow, she reached her goal. That's why you can't do it anymore. So thank you for those of you that even tried. Okay, that was very, very nice of you. Very big-hearted of you all out there. I appreciate it. Ramsey is out for the game like we talked about. Brewer was in. We told you about that. Well, I thought it would be Brewer and OBJ, but I'm still wondering what the hell happened with the OBJ thing. Anyway, what am I looking forward to in this matchup? There's a lot to look forward to. Obviously, I want to see a win. I want to see the Dolphins play well. I want to see the new additions to the offense. I want to see Anthony Weaver. Anthony Weaver is going to start. We're going to start finding out about Anthony Weaver as the test for Anthony Weaver. So we're going to find out the test. What kind of a coach is he? How does he adjust without Ramsey? All of those kind of things. How do young guys play under Weaver compared to what happened last year under Fangio? That to me is kind of the storylines. Obviously, we're going to find out, can you win some challenges? Didn't look good in the preseason. We're going to find out, are you going to stick to the run if it's working? Certain things like that for Mike McDaniel. Another test for him in that way. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to. Obviously, a win is what I want to see more than anything else. By the way, I'll give you my prediction because I don't think I ended up giving you the prediction yesterday. I'm going Dolphins defeating the Lions in the Super Bowl. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Dolphins and Lions. Dolphins winning the Super Bowl. Yes. Yeah. Dolphins will win the Super Bowl 37-26. They won't see it coming. All right. By the way, I got to give you some of my picks for this weekend. Games tonight and over the weekend. Plus, I got a couple of long shot plays. Props for you. Okay. I've already played them myself. So what I'm telling you, I've already put money on. Okay. Don't forget Toyota of Hollywood, a proud sponsor of our program. They've got over 2,000 Toyotas in stock. They've got no payments for 90 days. They've got 2.75% financing available for 4 full years, 0 down, folks. Over 1,200 new Toyotas in stock. The summer Super Saver Days are going on right now. They're open till midnight every single night. So that gives you an opportunity to go out there and save yourself some money. Herbie Lopez and all the folks out there, man, they do some great work. And what I love about it is the selection. I've experienced it when I bought my Camry. I saw it. I don't know. We're getting close to a year with my daughter and her Corolla. Okay. Same thing. She had a large selection. And after she had that shitty experience at Tesla, this was one of those things that was refreshing, to be quite honest. To have 50, 75 different Corollas to choose from. Different styles, different models, different colors. Do I want one with a sunroof or not? Do I want one with leather seats or not? And that's what you want, dude. You don't want to go there and start, you like this car, and you say, well, I like the Crown, but you've got one. Yeah, that's not going to help. Crown's a nice car, by the way. I like the Crown. It's really sharp vehicle. But you want a selection. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the idea. You're going to get a RAV4? Okay. Well, what color? What style? What do you want on it? What kind of extras do you want on it? Oh, okay. Well, here, let me show you. We've got 45 different RAV4s right here for you to choose from. I'm just giving you an example, but that's what I love. That way you get the car you want, the color you want, the style you want, the model you want, but more importantly, the price you want, because nobody moves more vehicles than they do. I think they're the number 2 volume sales dealership, or number 1 in the United States, or something ridiculous like that. 1 or 2, some of them. That's because the selection is crazy. Sean's been there several times now. You've never seen anything like this. It's like a superstore of Toyotas. So get on down there and check it out. 1841 North State Road 7. The service is second to none. If you do own or lease a Toyota, they've got a beautiful service center where you can relax. They've got a couple of restaurants, including a Subway's and everything. I'm telling you, it is a massive, massive place. Toyota of Hollywood. All right. Let's get to some music and entertainment news before I get to a little more Dolphin stuff and my picks. Let's see where we at here. There we go. All right, let's start off with musicians born on this date, September 6th. Anina Persson, singer for the Swedish rock band The Cardigans, born on this date in 1974. Dolores O'Riordan, rest in peace, was born on this date in 1971. Lead singer for the Cranberries. Unfortunately, we lost her back in 2018. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. Macy Gray, U.S. singer. Natalie McIntyre, born on this date in 1969. Paul Wakhtar, guitarist for Aha, Take On Me, The Sun Always Shines on TV. He was born on this date in 1961. Sylvester James, born on this date in 1947, passed away in 1988. Let's see who else. Dave Bargenden, jazz rock musician for Blood, Sweat, and Tears, born in 1942. There we go. It's another guy also, but I don't feel like mentioning him because he's a stinking anti-Semite. So I refuse to support that piece of crap. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. Let's go with famous people. Idris Elba, the actor, is 52 years old. No, I see a wrestler there that Sean probably will have. Julian Newman, basketball player, is 23. Foxy Brown, rapper, is 46. Look out for all the nail salon folks out there. Foxy Brown is coming your way. If she walks into your nail salon, you should walk out. That's all I'm saying. John Wall is 34. And Rosie Perez is 60. That wife beater scene. That's the one that did her in right there. Sean, do we have any wrestlers going on today celebrating birthdays?
Yes, we do. Actually, we have quite a few. The Barbarian was born on this date in 1959. Wendy Richter was born on this date in 1961. Jillian in 1980. Low Key in 1979. And the one I believe you probably have on your list, Braun Strowman, born on this day in 1983. Those are your wrestling birthdays for September 6th, 2024.
The wrestler I had was, yes, Braun Strowman, 41. Yep, that's him. You got it right. That's the dude. That's the dude. All right, let's go with a little music history, right? What happened on September 6th on this date in music history? In 61, Bob Dylan debuted at the Gaslight Cafe in New York City. In 89, MTV Music Awards, Guns N' Roses took home the trophy for the best heavy metal video for Sweet Child of Mine. 1970, Jimi Hendrix made his final live appearance. It took place at the Isle of Furum in Germany. In 1990, Tom Fogerty, who played guitar alongside his brother John in Creedence Clearwater Revival, passed away of AIDS. In 2000, the Doors' Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger played their first gig as the Doors of the 21st Century with drummer Stuart Copeland and singer Ian Astbury. Didn't go well. In 2003, at a Limp Bizkit concert in London, singer Fred Durst claimed he regrets the days he spent effing that biatch Britney Spears. In 2010, Jane's Addiction announced that they had parted ways with bassist Duff McKagan, who had only been working with the band for 5 months. And that's what happened today in music history. Can't believe Rosie Perez already 60. I had a little crush on her as a high testosterone teenager when she was in White Men Can't Jump. That wife beater. That wife beater scene. Yeah. Can't go wrong with a Toyota except the new Tundra. 115,000 miles on my wife's Lexus Toyota. Just one battery charge. Those Toyotas have always been bulletproof. Yeah, they are. I've had several in my family. Toyotas are amazing, dude. They are amazing vehicles. Let's see. Frankie says, look, I told you guys, you Canes fans, get on this high horse when you win. Relax, Canes fans. Your loss will come soon. Well, but yours already happened. Okay. Big O, AP reports that they are rejecting the Packers and Eagles because of a team rivalry. The Eagles will wear black helmets. Whatever, dude. I know that gang stuff and all that stupid stuff, man. Why did we send people there? They're such whores. They just only care about the money. You know? A-Rod, thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. But it's a shame, isn't it? That it's all about the money. That's all they care about. They don't care about the health of their players. They really don't. By the way, tonight the Eagles are favored by 2 against the Packers. I'm going to lean to the Eagles in this one. I know the Eagles didn't end well the season. In fact, they played like shit. And the Packers, they're home. And the Packers, if the Eagles can play defense and stop the run, I kind of need to see this Jordan Love thing again. You know what I'm saying? It's nice when you initially have success, but it's real when you continually have success. So I'm going to need to see it, over this stretch of this season in order to kind of believe that he turned the corner. And as I pointed out some of these young cats struggled at the end. And when they got to the playoffs, why? Because they shut down the run. And they weren't able to then overcome that part. I think if the Eagles can shut down the run of the Packers, they have a chance to win this game. And win it even by a field goal. I'm going to go Eagles in this one. I'm going to go Eagles -2. Okay? It's one of my selections in the NFL this weekend. The others, by the way, I'm going to go Texans -3 at the Colts. I am not a Richardson believer. I think he's erratic as hell. I think the Texans will capitalize defensively on some of their turnovers. I think the Texans will eke out a 7-point victory, 10-point victory. Not a complete blowout, but a comfortable 7-10-point win. The other one, believe it or not, I'm going to go with the Cards. I think the Bills are headed for a rough season. I know they're home, but they're giving 6.5 points. The Cards actually have a decent team. If Kyler Murray can actually play some half-decent football, I think they can keep it close and even shock the Bills. I think they'll lose, but I don't think they'll lose by more than 7 points. So I'm going to go Cards plus 6.5 against the Bills. Those are 3 of my selections for this week. Okay. Now I'm going to give you some long shots and some stuff that I like also in the Dolphins game. Got to give you I'm going to focus only on the Dolphins game. Let's see. What else? All right. Here we go. Dolphins favored by 3. Over and under is 49. Jags plus 140 on the money line. The Dolphins minus 166 on the money line. I already bet this. Vegas doesn't know this because they're not at practice and they don't watch it, and so people may not believe it. Jonnu Smith is plus 325 anytime touchdown. I think he's definitely scoring a touchdown. I like that one. I like it a lot. So I put a little money on that one because I'm going to 3x my money if he can get a touchdown, and I think there's a good chance he can get a touchdown. And then here's what I think Vegas hasn't seen. They really didn't pay attention to Jonnu Smith like you and I did. They didn't pay attention to Jalen Wright, and they didn't pay attention to Malik Washington. And Malik Washington's going to get some action, and so is Jalen Wright in this game. And they are at any time touchdown. Jalen Wright's at plus 750 and Malik Washington's at plus 650. This game, of course, it's about Tyreek and Waddle. Everybody knows that, and Tua and all that. But I think the new guys are being overlooked. And I think that also defenses are going to have to focus so much on Tyreek and Waddle that it's going to open it up for the new guys. And I put a little money on Jalen Wright plus 750, a little money on Malik Washington plus 650. I just kind of, hell, I wouldn't even be surprised if 2 of those 3 guys score touchdowns. I just love the odds. So I'm going to 3x my money if Jonnu scores. I'm going to 7.5x my money if Jalen scores. I'm going to 6.5x my money if Malik scores. And I think this will be a high-scoring game. I think this will be a game where they're both in the 20s to 30s. That's just me. Tua, over 270.5. Over minus 115, under minus 115. I like Tua over 270.5 in this game. Jonnu Smith, over 24 yards and a half. Over and under minus 115. They did not watch Jonnu Smith. I'm convinced he will have more than 24 and a half yards. I mean, absolutely convinced he will have more than 24.5 yards. Love that bet. Devon Achane, over 22.5 yards receiving. I think that's a good one too. And I'm going to be absolutely objective. I like the odds with Brian Thomas Jr. for the Jags. Plus 250, anytime touchdown. If I'm gonna be honest, the kid has looked good, man. And because the top corners are going to be worried about Gabe and who's the other guy now? Christian Kirk. So you're going to be worried about those guys. I think Thomas will get an opportunity, and I would not be surprised if he gets a touchdown plus the odds of plus 250. So 2.5x. Just being honest. Okay. Told you what I like on the Dolphins side, but I'm going to tell you that the Thomas kid plus 250, that's not a bad odd. But man, Jonnu Smith over 24.5 yards. I think he's going to catch 4 or 5 balls. I really do. So we'll see. There you go. Those are some of the things I like in the game. I hope the Finns win 63-7 to avenge. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Tahoes are sweet. What I got my scoring over 30 to Camaro. Calling it right now. Jonnu Smith will be the first Dolphin to get a TD this season. Okay. I can see that happening. If McDaniel does not show growth this year as in a game coach, Finns are in for a long season. Yes, I would agree with that, Brett, because you'll end up losing games you shouldn't lose. You're correct, my friend. If Ramsey can't go, I hope we don't see Kohu filling in. Kohu was terrible last year as a cover corner. It'll probably be what's it called? The white kid. What's his name, man? Brain farting. Although I disagree with you on Kohu. I think Kohu had a bad year because of Fangio. All the young guys pretty much struggled to adapt to, because he didn't adapt to them. You know, Bonner. Thank you, Ethan Bonner. So it'll probably be Ethan Bonner. I wouldn't mind putting Kohu there, but you don't want to move 2 positions around. So you keep Kohu where he's at right now in the nickel instead of moving him to the outside and then put Bonner inside or somebody else, and then you've got multiple positions out of place. So leave Kohu where he's at, and then you'll play Bonner. So that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? But I think Cam Smith, once he figures his injury thing out, he'll play much better. I think Kohu will play better. I think what's it called? Who's another? Tyndall. You're already seeing it. Right away, Duck has already made a transition. The 6th round pick, the safety, already made a transition. I think young people have benefited from the change of Weaver. I think young people didn't benefit with the old man. The old man just didn't have time for them. So that's where I disagree with you on that. I'm going to give Kohu the benefit of the doubt last year and blame it more on Fangio not having time for young guys, not taking the time to really coach up young guys. I think Weaver is willing to coach everybody up. You know, there's a great, just the vibe of Weaver, man. Really effing love his vibe, dude. Really do. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can also make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation on Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. Like my man Ocala Joe. And he sent in a donation right now on Cash App. It says, hoping your prediction comes through before I die. Oh, the Dolphins. So do I, bro. So do I, my friend. So do I. I really wanted to come through, my friend. I need one more. I lived through the first two, but I was too young to really appreciate it. And that's where, that's where I have to admit that even though I was around for the first two championships, I didn't really appreciate it and enjoy it like I would when I'm a teenager or now as an older man, especially now. Jesus Christ. I would cry like a fucking little kid if they won. Dolphins have always been the center of my sports universe, man. I love all my other teams, but there's nothing like the Dolphins, man. It's just that's the one team that just you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. By the way, Vincina, I think it's called, in Argentina. Prayers to you folks out there. I know you experienced a 5.7 earthquake. Scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. Brian Maxwell says, you're right, Big O. I think Fangio knew he wasn't there for a long haul, so that's why he didn't want to invest in any of the young players like Cam Smith. It all makes sense now. Look at all the young guys. All of them struggled. None of them really succeeded. I think maybe there might have been one. Let me see on defense. No, actually, no. None of the young guys really had success. I think all the young guys practically struggled with him. Didn't struggled or didn't advance or whatever. And then you come see Weaver and Kohou's had a good preseason. Storm Ducks had a good preseason. The safety, now I keep forgetting the young kid had a good preseason. Channing Tindall broke freaking through, bro. Young guys. And that's kudos to Weaver for coaching up the young guys. And we'll see what Chop and Camaro do under him also, by the way. And Chop has had his moments too. Same here, Big O. The Dolphins are just my passion. Care about all the other teams, but the Dolphins are the Dolphins are just at a different level. And I think also it's because we haven't won it in so long, dude. Jesus Christ, an entire lifetime for people like me that it just builds and builds and builds and builds. I think that happens to us. I hear you. Dolphins are the team that caused me to start drinking again. Weaver's a good DC. I believe the D will be top 10 this year, especially in points allowed. That's top stat right there, bro. Pretty much points allowed, you're top. Your defense, I don't care what yards you give up, what points you give up, you're top 10. That's pretty awesome. I like your Z28 as your baby, True Fin. Oh, you guys are okay. The young guy that had the most success was Kohou, and that's only because but he didn't have success. He played terrible last year. He struggled because they put him in zone the entire time. They didn't have him in man a lot. Again, it's just not an understanding of what you have and what you're coaching, or you don't care. I don't think Fangio gave a shit, dude. I don't think he gave a shit about anything except himself and his stats and whatever, and you play my style, and my style works, and it's proven. And he's square pegged into round hole every single time. I lost a lot. I know he's a hell of a coordinator, and he had a top 10 defense here because they were in the top 10. They were at 10 or 9 or whatever. But I lost total respect for that guy, the way he carried himself here and the way he shit on players. And you can't do that. I'm sorry. You can't do that. You need them to succeed in a big time way. You've got to know how to communicate and get the best out of every single person. He didn't know how to do that. And that's because we've had this conversation, old and set in your ways. Yeah. What are you going to do? So it's crazy. All right, folks, we are out of here. We're going to wrap it up. We'll be back on Sunday. I'm not going to do it, folks. I'm not going to do a post game for the Canes for a few weeks. I'm going to do the Vatek. Vatek is when I'll come back to start doing post game shows for the Canes. I can't do it for 7 days a week. Plus, the next 3 weeks. Come on, man. Seriously. The next 3 weeks. It's the worst stretch of the schedule. You should win by 150 points combined those next 3 weeks. It should not even be a challenge. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'll do a post-game show if they lose. Then we got something to talk about. But they should win. Anyway, I'm out of here. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks to Sean Stanley. Thanks to the great, the one and only Manny Navarro. And, of course, we thank all of you who tuned in. If you made a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, we thank you. If you send in a super chat, I appreciate you immensely. Sean and I thank you. Visit our merchandise shop, hats and shirts and all kinds of stuff. Great way to support us. We'll see you on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Same time, same place. Same bat channel. Go Dolphins.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.